I'm joined in the kitchen this morning by running and nutrition coach Michelle Pettinger. Her new book, The Young Runner's Guide to Nutrition, addresses not just what young runners should eat, but why it matters, especially during the critical years of growth and development. The book also includes several delicious and healthy recipes, one of which that we're actually going to be making today. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kelly.
Oh,
it's great to be here.
It's so wonderful to have you here, and with like a healthy meal that we can all get excited about. So what are we making today and how do we get started?
Okay, so we are going to make the Apple-Almond chicken salad, and I've already pre-mixed the dressing. It's a half cup of mayonnaise for some creaminess. We have a 1/3 cup of plain yogurt to add a little bit more protein and some tang.
Great.
And 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard for a savory component.
Oh, delicious. Okay, and then you have me working on something today, right? I'm gonna chop an apple while you're preparing some things.
Exactly. If you could just put that into like bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
Okay, and so to the dressing, I'm going to add, I have 3 cups of shredded chicken, and there's a wonderful recipe in the book, the weeknight roast chicken recipe, that you could be using leftovers from that, or you could do what I did today and pick up a rotisserie chicken from the market.
That's right up my alley. Okay.
Okay,
easy.
so we're gonna go ahead and add in that 3 cups of shredded chicken to the dressing.
And how did you get into running too?
Well, I am a lifelong runner. I started running when I was 12. My dad was the high school and track and cross country coach, and so it was in the family. So I started young.
Yes. And why is this such a good recipe too for runners?
Well, the lunchtime is a really important meal for the young runner. You know, oftentimes school day, they have 3 to 4 hours between the time they're having lunch and when they have their afternoon practice. So they have time to digest a meal of complex carbohydrate and protein and fat that's going to give them energy through the afternoon and carry them into practice. So this is a great packable lunch.
Definitely.
For them.
Okay, what else is going in?
We have here a half cup of golden raisins.
Golden.
And I love these because they remind me of the little raisin box my mom would put in my lunchbox when I was a kid.
A little sweetness additive.
So sweetness, simple carbohydrate, easy to digest.
Yes.
You did fabulous on your
Thank you.
apple. Okay.
I hope you don't want more. I just kind of stopped.
Okay. We'll go with that. We also have a half cup of celery.
Yum.
Okay, so little hydration, some fiber, some crunch.
Fiber, I know that's important. Fiber and protein, that's what I keep hearing about all the time.
And for the young runner, carbohydrates are the most important to support that growth and development.
Perfect.
And then half a cup of chopped almonds, healthy fats, good for cognitive function. And then 3 green onions, the light green and white tips, antioxidants, good for immune health. Another mild savory component.
All looks so beautiful in the bowl too.
Okay, and
now
I'm gonna have
my
you
apples.
Add your apple.
Okay, here they come. Yum, yum. And then what dressing and everything goes in here?
Okay, so we have a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. This acidity is gonna just help balance all of the sweet and savory flavors.
Great.
And then a 1/4 teaspoon salt and 1/8 teaspoon black pepper.
Ooh, and then I remember we have the dressing at the bottom of the bowl that you talked about earlier.
Yeah,
so we just
we're gonna start mixing this all together.
And that's so easy. I mean, mainly just chopping, and then if you get the rotisserie chicken, like you said.
And I don't know do you want to do some mixing, and I can talk about the other
what else did you bring?
Here we have, and then once you get it
mixed, I'll make a little sandwich.
I'm gonna have you make a little sandwich.
Okay.
So I talked about lunchtime being an important meal for the young runner. Another time of day that's important is like right after their practice. And oftentimes these kids are at maybe an all afternoon competition, and say their race finishes at 3, but they're still supporting their teammates. They might not get home for a balanced dinner for 3 or 4 hours.
Totally.
And it's really important that they start taking in energy to top off those glucose stores, start muscle recovery. So this is a packable mini meal that they can take with them. They could have it with crackers, some cut up veggies,
red peppers. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and then you have over here some deliciousness.
Yes, so the Glorious Morning Muffin, it's a great grab and go. You could pair it with a couple of hard-boiled eggs in the morning for just, run out the door, or even with the blueberry peach yogurt smoothie. This is a great morning, only 5 ingredients, comes together easy, high in protein, and they give them energy throughout the morning. And then also alternatively, that I talked about that timing after their workout being important. So again, if it's going to be a couple hours before they can have a balanced dinner, this would be a great
addition.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to taste test, and while I taste test all the goodies here, I made my little sandwich. What are some of the most common nutritional mistakes, would you say, for young runners?
I would say skipping breakfast.
Oh, I've done that too.
Not hydrating enough throughout the day. And then around their workouts, either eating too much or not enough right before their workout, and then not taking in enough energy right after their workout.
This was delicious, and I'm going to dive into the smoothie too. What else can people learn when they pick up this book as well? What are some other tips in there?
I really wrote the book for the young runner. I want them to be able to start gaining some autonomy in the nutrition choices that they make. And then I also wrote it for coaches and parents, because I want to give coaches tools for integrating nutrition education into their run programs, and for parents to have the tools they need to know how to support their young athlete at home.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Michelle, so much for being here. This smoothie is fantastic. It's hearty. It actually has, is it?
So do you want to know what's in it?
Yes.
So frozen banana, frozen blueberries, frozen peaches, some Greek vanilla yogurt.
That's what it's the Greek yogurt, I feel like. Oh, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks so much for having me.
New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.